hollow body, and it is 1976 L5. I rarely play it publicly. Obviously, it wouldn't work well with Testament, but even with my trio and other instrumental people I play with, it's always it's always a challenge because it's hard to play with distortion. It feeds back, but it's got such a nice sound. And I had it worked on recently by Matt Umanov, this legendary guitar repair person that works on guitars for like Clapton and Metheny. And he's just set it up so nice. It's just got this great sound. It's got a great Friday night sound, right? Yeah, so I realized I've barely played this publicly, so I wanted to play it for you guys. Last time I was on, I grabbed one of the older guitars as well, one of the SGs. And I'm planning to do this more. I'm planning to do this more once the Patreon is up, and I've got a bunch of videos I'm doing. And somebody's saying if I tape close to the holes, better distortion, maybe. But you know what? I don't really need to do that with this guitar. I have my Godin, which I play with the trio for hollow body stuff, and you see that guitar behind me. That's the Gibson 347. That's my most recent purchase, and that actually sounds great with distortion. So, getting rid of unnecessary noise, that's an interesting question. I've sometimes said, part of guitar playing is making noise, but a big part of it is preventing noise. Transcribe some Holdsworth or Sean Lane next. Sean Lane, that's some tough stuff. I don't know. I will talk about Holdsworth a little bit. Just really quick, as far as noise, though, I think, once you've been playing for a while, over time, what ends up happening is you end up covering the lower strings. Okay, so right here, I just do this by habit. I don't even think about it. This part of the hand covers the lower strings. Right, because otherwise, I'm going to get all this ringing. Now, it's the same thing. If I am playing the lower strings, what tends to happen is I automatically grab the high strings with my fingers. So. Right, so as you practice the licks, you need to develop this habit of dampening any strings that are ringing out. So, and then getting back to Alan Holdsworth, I don't transcribe a lot of the solos. I did this tribute gig to him a few years ago at the Iridium, and the Metal Fatigue solo, I did transcribe that, just because I thought that was so iconic. But if you listen to him, if you check out all these classic Holdsworth videos, you'll find that he usually improvised. And even a song like that, where I thought, okay, here he really should play at least the opening theme. But you know what? He was a pure improviser. So I tend to improvise when I play his stuff. But I do the chords, I've learned as much as, or more from learning his chords as I have from the solo. So, like, I don't know if it'll work on this guitar, but these are a few Holdsworth chords. It's very hard on this type of guitar. But yeah, I'm a huge Holdsworth fan. Letters of Marque. You got it. Very good. So I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want us to get cut off, but I'll take a few more questions. Ever see Holdsworth at the Iridium? No, I never saw him there. I did see videos of him there. And when I played with his band for the tribute, along with Nir Felder and Alex Masachek and those guys, that was at the Iridium. When I saw him at NAMM a couple times in Anaheim, and I saw him at the Stone in San Francisco, which is kind of better known as a metal club, but they had Alan Holdsworth there, and I remember there was such a diverse crowd. Like, you never saw like more types of musicians from different scenes than at an Alan Holdsworth show at the Stone in San Francisco. Hello. I see a lot of hands. That's cool. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I like doing this. And I'm sorry I haven't been there the last couple of Fridays, but I'm going to do it more. Somebody is asking about the contest. Yes. Oh, but first, yeah, as my gray streak growing, yes. I haven't had a haircut in months. Normally, I would get it. I'd get like at least this much colored. That's my little secret. But did I ever see Gary Moore live? Gosh, no, I never did. Oh, you're welcome. No, this is so fun. What was the other question? Oh, the other question was about the contest. Not the contest like the Seinfeld episode. It always brings that to mind for some reason. The ESP contest. So I took one of my demo tapes and sent it to ESP, took out the guitar solo, and made it a platform for people to play over. And we were overwhelmed with the responses. It was pretty unbelievable. It was in the 3 digits. It was well over 100. They weren't, they were expecting like a few dozen, or I don't know, not as many as they got. So they have just yesterday sent me the finalists, and I think they got overwhelmed. I think that there were so many, and there were so many good ones. They had to narrow it down to about 10. So I am planning to listen over the weekend to those finalists, and then we're going to make a decision. And I think somebody's asking if the contest is open worldwide. I think it's closed now. It's been up for a while, couple months. It started right after the lockdown. That's why it was called the Rockdown Lockdown. I did not think of that. It's kind of funny. It's like the Rockdown Lockdown. Reminds me of those old Guitar Center commercials. Musicians, guitar players. It's the Rockdown Lockdown. Anyway, it's been closed for a while, and we now have the finalists. So I'll be listening, and then I think there's 3 winners. I think there's like first, second, and third place. So I'm excited about that. Check out the ESP website for that. And I also have some music. I have a few new songs that are being mixed that I started before all this happened, and yeah, there's just been a lot going on, and then to suddenly be in the middle of this historic event is just kind of crazy. And yes, I wish the gig in Australia would get rescheduled as well. We were supposed to go to Australia as well as Thailand and Indonesia, all these great places. And like, I just really got the photo skills together, and I was so excited. And nope. But the local stuff lately has been really interesting. So the photo website, once again, is alexskolnick.net. The Patreon is coming. I'm sorry it got delayed. And keep an eye out here on Instagram, because we've got some fun stuff coming. And, there's definitely no shortage of activity. Even though the concerts have stopped, there's a ton of stuff going on. So stay tuned, no pun intended. And just a couple final questions. How many guitars do I have? Gosh, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, there's actually more. Because some of them, there's a few that are in Europe with the Testament rigs, and then there's a couple on the West Coast. There's some in the other room. There's some in these cases. It's kind of crazy. But I'm trying to keep it to guitars that I play. Somebody liked the Rush covers. Thank you. That was really fun. That was a total surprise. That was one of the fun things that happened. Yeah, one of the silver linings with all this. Yeah, I got this great new musical relationship with Charlie and Ra, and doing those tunes. And we're talking. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I'll just do the final ones. Do I use different picks for different sizes? That's an interesting question. Yeah, right now I'm using these. These are Dunlop Ultexes, and I like these for this type of playing. They have these thinner ones that I like for acoustic, and then I can use these for the metal stuff, but I tend to use the jazz, ironically called the Jazz 3 picks. The same ones that I throw out at the shows. I use those. But yeah, I do switch. But I do find these ones, this is the one pick that sort of works for everything. And there was somebody else. Oh, cool. Somebody talking about the Sabbath tribute in Brooklyn. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And an artist I wish to... I mean, there's so many. And then Planet Wild Images is asking about the graininess in the photos. That's all done in post. Yeah, that's all the development. Yeah, the development of photos, it reminds me so much of doing music in a way, because you guys don't hear everything we do. Not everything sounds good. We pick the best sounding stuff. We tweak it. We get that ready, and it's really the same thing. Not every photo turns out great, but you have to take tons of them, and then find the best ones, and then develop those. And I've been fascinated by the process. And anyway, I'm going to talk a lot more about this regularly once I get the Patreon up, and it is coming. I'll do these again. It's always a pleasure when we do these. I'm so grateful to folks for tuning in. I hope you guys keep tuning in, even though people aren't going to be stuck at home quite as often. And one of these days it'll be safe to get hair done, and my hair will be a little more civil. And that's it. Just want to say hello and play a few licks for you. It's been great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for supporting, for following. You guys are awesome. You girls are awesome. And I'll see you again real soon. Everybody be safe. Good night.